everyone, this is Udita here on behalf of Team YLCC. Today we have with us our mentee Ramya. She had approached us for a one-on-one mentorship. So let's hear directly from Ramya about her journey. Hello Ramya, how would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
I'm from Hyderabad. So I'm a company secretary along with an LLB graduate. So kind of like, a lady who is stuck in the loop of a company secretary trying to, step her, change her track from CS to an LLB. So in that process, I happened to meet Samanika. She's my guiding factor, my guru, whatever, anything, the synonyms of it will fit to her because she's the one who actually helped me to go through the interview process because I not only one-on-one, even I happened to attend her LinkedIn workshop as well as her interview skills. There's a growth camp happened. No? That also I happened to attend, and the insights given by the guest speakers and whatever the insights given with respect to how we should approach an interview and everything, all those things I have taken note. I kind of, implemented them practically, which helped me to, land a job in a law firm in Hyderabad. So I'm currently working as a corporate and tax lawyer over here. So it's a law firm called Karan Talwar and Associates in Hyderabad. So it's a boutique law firm which deals on tax litigation as well as a corporate, and we also deal the commercial matters over here. So that's how it is my work over here and everything.
All right, Ramya. That's good to it's good to hear. And so, to know more about you, I would like to know what all are your, key areas of interest.
Yeah. So I'm right from beginning, I wanted to be in a position where I got some say in a corporate world. So I was clueless, like, which area I should tap, or rather, I should do a law, I mean, LLB, or maybe a CS, or maybe an MBA or something. I don't know much. Because honestly, everyone in my house and I mean, nearby places, everyone are into BTech. So everyone, you name a person, everyone are in BTech only.
So you're a first
So
generation lawyer.
yeah, so even my father is also a government employee. So
Hmm.
he just merely knew how things work in law, but not much beyond a particular point of time. So then he could only just help me to some extent. So it was all completely my effort and everything. So it was my journey has become like a trial and error initially. So until I happened to meet Samanika through Lawsico, that's how I know her. So until that point, it was completely clueless. So how I should go, how things work and everything. So then I always knew one thing is that I wanted to be in a position which has got a say, and am inclined to capital markets because my father
Okay.
is into, like, we right from my childhood CNBC channel used to run. So whenever I come home, so that used to run. So all the time, all this Sensex, Nifty and everything. So that used to be fascinate me a lot. And then he used to get this magazines, like, this capital markets magazines, and this share columns magazine, business standards and everything. So out of interest, even I used to flip pages to understand how things are going on. That was back in, like, when I was just, 10 years kid or something, which I don't even understand what exactly they're trying to tell. So, but I used to love them, the way they used to talk and everything, the ways to analysis the things. I used to feel like, oh, okay, this is how, this kind of knowledge I need to have. Like, someone asked me something about a particular topic, I should be able to tell in that way. That kind of depth knowledge I need to have. So that has been my, driving force to get into this field. So now that I know this, I have this, share thing in there, and as well as, I wanted to be in a, say, thought of like becoming a capital markets lawyer right from beginning.
All right.
That was there. So, and then eventually someone said that, after my 12th, so I'm again, my 12th, it is my MPC. I'm a proper science student and I got a really good scores and I got a really good colleges, but my father was adamant that I should be pursuing other than BTech fields. So that's the reason I had to, come to this side. in the process of searching, I got to know that CS would help me to be there. So once I started studying CS and I did my internship in CS, I understood that it is just merely a procedural law. It's not a completely a substantial law basis. So that it is in a matter of 3 months only I understood what is the dynamisms of the work. So I felt like it is like merely a monotonous work, not even 1% also brain stimulating. So I was, no, this is not what I want in my life. I can't be doing this for sure. So that's when I happened to write my LLB entrance also. So then I got to know this, law seco and everything. I understood what is the, the LLB can give to me. I didn't know that LLB has got this much scope. At least in Hyderabad, whomsoever lawyers I met, most of them are in litigation. I don't wanted to be a litigating lawyer. I always wanted to be a non-litigating lawyer as a paralegal or something which has got some, interesting. I love to read things. I love to learn new things. So that is the reason I thought of like, doing a non-litigating thing only. So that's how it helped me to understand like my journey started from there as a lawyer. So the moment I understood that this is a monotonous was and I'm not for CS.
I think your journey started when you were a 10-year-old kid flipping through those capital market magazines. I cannot even imagine, reading capital market at that age.
Yeah, because those were the books used to be there. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I used to pink papers used to be there at my home. Okay, so all newspapers, we have this regional newspapers. They used to be in white only. I didn't understand why every time these are in pink color, pink papers. Pink color papers are coming. So when I understood the history is there for that, also I'm like, oh, this is the thing.
Nice, nice. So, all right, Ramya. So, I would like to know what inspired you to approach YLCC?
So like I said, I met Samanika through Rosico. So she used to be there, the placement head over there.
Yes, yes.
So I used to listen a lot about her, like success stories and all. And then I used to follow her and then in her LinkedIn thing. So when she used to post her, the small snippets of stories and everything, and she's a bit of like ambivert girl. Like I understood that when she was talking with everyone, and I used to attend a couple of workshops or like just like a webinars and all. The way she used to talk and everything, I used to feel like she's also like me only. I could be a really good friend of her. Seriously, this is what is the approach to talk to Samanika. So it's like, okay, finally found someone who has got little bit of human touch. At the same time, she wanted to do something in this legal field. So maybe I should take insights from her because I'm not a person like, who would be more aggressive and a lot, not like that. I'm a little bit mellow, subtle, and I like to enjoy everything, people and everything. The way she explains the few stories, it's really fascinating. Many a times I used to open LinkedIn just to read Samanika's posts only. So that's how I got to know about her. Then I was like, actually tried through Logic only one-on-one mentoring with her. I think that time she was in sabbatical, so I couldn't happen with them, but some of the other colleagues happened to do that. But when I got to know that she is into YLCC and she's doing her LinkedIn program, first I wanted to meet Samanika. I wanted to talk to her directly. So that is the reason I've attended her LinkedIn workshop.
Okay.
So that is when she gave insights like what, how could a LinkedIn help us to market ourselves, and like how we can understand the industry dynamisms also, like what industry is expecting also. At times we can understand by reading the LinkedIn posts also. So these things I used to understand. At the same time, importance of writing post, I'm kind of like very much self-doubting person. I'm not confident on whatever I do. So she's the one. I mean, I can watch on this. Whenever I'm feeling doubt in my law school, like I feel like I'm completely out of this zone. I think I don't belong in law firm and everything. I always remember Samanika's one word that, Ramya, remember that You may not know 100 things in the law firm which requires you to know that particular point of time, but you know one thing. Use that as your force to learn the 99 things, other 99 things. So whenever I'm down, I always remember those words. Those are the words, like when I told that Sumanika, I got job, this is what it is. Then I told her, but I'm skeptical. I don't know whether I can take this or not. I'm being honest with you. Then she told this. This is what she told me. So, and then even when during the process where I was completely in a downside at that point of time, um, my father's brother passed away during the corona time. That point of time also I was completely down. So my one-on-one in fact happened right after that. So I was in such a situation, like completely devastated. I feel hopeless in my career. I somehow feel that I can't do whatever is my dream, my passion of being in a particular field. I can never do that. I think I'm not fit for this. I'm in such a devastating situation. So once my one-on-one happened, it gave me hope. Like, that insight she has given with respect to CVs, and the how to write your cover letters, and how to that approach, she says the salesman approach. How should that is something like, we train your brain to be a salesman approach. Those things she made me to understand. So even the law school which I've studied, they're mostly into litigation only. They're not into non-litigation. So non-litigation are like really less over here. So I used to feel like, what can I do now?
Hmm.
So she's the one who has literally held me to that entire journey, made me, feel comfortable. She suggested few books also so that, I can read them, kind of like, follow them, make in practice of them. And that's a really, she doesn't have to do that being a mentor, but she just came down to that personal level. She understood that why I am like this,
Mhm.
and what was that, behind me, what is stopping me. That is something which is really required as a mentor. And I really like that she didn't go as a commercial thing over there. She took it personally, as if like, हमारा कोई बहन या फिर कोई भी फ्रेंड होता है, उसको मदद करना है, कैसे मदद करते हैं, बिल्कुल वैसे ही किया उन्होंने मेरे साथ. Seriously,
She'll be glad to
it's an
hear all these
emotional
things.
it's an emotional connection for me with Samanika.
All right, Ramya. So on that note, Ramya, so how were your one-on-one sessions and what were your key takeaways from those sessions?
So my key takeaways with one-on-one session is that to believe in myself, because that was something which was not there. I can tell you that one particular thing, like what is that after I think I took up to 1 hour 20 minutes that session. I can tell you that time also. So after that 1 hour 20 minutes, I felt like I can do this. I can do this. That is something which gave me a biggest hope in my life. Like, at that one particular point of it, it's like, you're lost in desert, you're searching for water, and someone gives you a glass of water. How do you feel? It is the same feeling for me. And then one more thing is that when I'm approaching a law firm, I used to feel that, I don't have much in the plate. So maybe whatever they say, I should go down to them. So she was like, never consider that you don't have much in the plate, because I've got my CS experience. So that has got some leverage for you with respect to the, how things happen in corporates and everything. Because I had a direct interactions with directors and everything. So she also understood, like, you'll understand few commercials aspect. That is something which she kind of helped me to understand, like, whatever my CS work is there, that is, I thought it is has no value at all. It was she who have made me understand that it has got some value. And then my approach, like, because like I said, there is this in CS, it is only a procedural aspect. So we don't much, concentrate on the substantial laws of it. So that, channelizing myself to think as a substantial lawyer is something, it needs some practice. So that is something she asked me to work on it. And whatever the jobs I'm getting, whatever it is, I was like initially skeptical. Maybe, I don't fit into this role. That, it is, I used to judge first, forget about the person who's picking up my resume. So that is something she used to tell her, whatever it is, you never know. Maybe you don't find something, which is worth it. Probably other person might find it. So you just apply it, whatever comes in your life. Let's see how things work. If at all, when you're feeling that you're not able to do it, I'm there for you. So that point of time, all I need is that, I'm there for you. So that is something which she told it in a very subtle and very, heart touching manner. I felt like, okay, I'm not alone in this battle. So she's there.
All right, Ramya. So sometimes we need a little push and, a little support from someone so that it gives us some courage to, take that first step.
Yeah, मैं हूं ना is that thing is, I need that. And I used to feel like, I'm not intellectually up to the mark. I used to, start doubting myself, my own abilities and everything. But she is like, if you could understand these things, I mean, everyone needs at the end of the day, you wanted to churn yourself, you need to have that experience. Once you are into the law firm, you will understand everything. You just give yourself some time. So that is what she told. And when I got my job also, it was Samanika only. I told her first that I got a job. So in fact, when my interview was like, set like within 2 days only, I didn't took much time because right from like, I think 3 months before my interview, she conducted a growth camp. All the takeaways with respect to, how we should do the personal interview, the main technical interviews and everything.
Mhm.
She guided me at that particular point of time. So trust me, they asked me 10 questions. Okay, I could answer confidently 2 questions, rest 8 I didn't answer. But all the personal level questions, the cues which Samanika has given me, they're subconsciously there in my mind. So whenever the interviewer asking the questions, no, Samanika told he'll ask like this, only you have to answer like this. They'll get convinced karke. So that's how, even like, she even helped me to uh, kind of articulate my introduction properly also through the interviewer. So like, maybe I am feeling, even I asked her where I'm, lacking, which areas I need to improve. She was very honest on that. Like, you should improve in this manner. Like, you are trying to be a bit underconfident while you're talking. So try to work on it. Try to be clear, whatever you're telling and everything. It adds your confidence level. These minute things, right? She literally took a very good care of it. These things help me to while answering the interview questions.
All right, Ramya. So it's some help and your driving force as well to do something.
Yeah. And she, I mean, like maybe mentors, usually professional mentors help you professionally to you do that. Here, she helped me to channelize myself. Like, she's channelizing myself to be the person, who would be able to present themselves properly in an interview, so that I don't feel, a bit underconfident. Or maybe she always asked me to that put that face of confidence and that little smile, that is really important. These cues she has given, she helped me to do that. These things I don't have anyone to guide me over here, even people who are from BTech also, because their selection process is completely different when compared to
Mhm.
other law firms. These things really help me.
All right, Ramya. All right. So coming to our last thing, which I think our audience would also want to know. So how has your progress been so far?
So this also Samanika has told me how you should kind of like, assess your progress.
Nice,
So
nice. I,
because
I, I think I show this to Samanika. See, this is how you taught your mentee. This is
yeah, please. I couldn't have a personal word with her after this thing, but all I can tell you is that, she told me like, put a timelines for you. In 1 month, how much are you able to learn it? In next first quarter, what is your performance? Like, how are you doing? Like, you start from the minute things only. You don't have to look for the better things. Like, maybe when a case has been given, you couldn't have seen out of 10, if you could gaze at least more than like 1 point or 2 points extra, that means you are understanding the legal dynamisms of a particular case, and the way you are articulating a particular thought, or maybe your the way you express in the meetings, because we have this stand up meetings morning and evening. Like, first, right after me joining in the law firm, 19 days after this, my father passed away. So then it was like really emotionally very, I'm in that turmoil stage, because it is professionally challenging, because I completely changed my direction to law firm to understand, because this is completely in a corporate style. Whereas the places I worked is just merely a chambers related work. It doesn't have any sort of that person professional and personal, that space. They don't have that. Here I get that. And so that emotionally I'm a bit lower side. So that point of time, it took almost 3 months to for me to be understand that someone who is closer to me is no more. So that thing, I don't know how I did that entire 3 months, but that's what my sir was really kind on that part. Then after that, when I started assessing my progress, like how I'm articulating the things and everything. Initially, when I'm even asked to do what is the work which has been given to me, what are the points, what are the legal intricacies involved in it. When I'm even trying to tell them, also I used to feel as if like I'm not using the right word. I'm not using the right jargon of the law forms and everything. So I was constantly judging myself. In fact, it was, I think, one particular point of time, I think Samanika and I happened to ask her, like, how do you deal with it? You will learn it, like, you learn from everyone around you. So that's how I used to understand, like, okay, after three months, I'm able to tell my sir confidently. So this is what is the work done. And I could tell him, like, these are the legal intricacies involved. Then he used to tell me to, he used to throw the perspectives of other side, like, this is something, okay, maybe I should have even, thought of this also. But later, at one particular point of time, I'm able to understand how my progress is going on. So this is basically, I'm in that place where like I'm in a small baby who's just taking a baby steps to understand how things work in the law firm. First 1 year it went like that only. So I'm in my current, I mean, completed my one year in October 4th. So now in the second year. So now I'm trying to understand the directly with dealing with the clients, like how they want the legal issues involved, and what they are looking for, how we can give the tailor-made solutions and everything. These kind of things, now I'm able to gaze it. So even now I can there was a time I used to struggle to understand a particular case laws, like, which has gotten like really big, like 200 pages case laws and everything. I used to feel like I'm lost in between. Now I could able to understand, like, how to read and everything. Yeah, I'm getting the knack of it. So it's like what is that work which I'm able to do it how much easily when compared to the
Mhm.
previous day. That is what is my progress. That is what even Samanika used to put. Like, you put the timelines, like, how are you doing? So that's how it is. But yeah, the timeline which Samanika has told me, I'm just going a quarter behind because of the personal thing, or else I would have been on in line with it only.
It's totally fine. See, the progress is important. You
Yeah,
should be satisfied with your progress. And for the audience, I can say that, for everything there is one step at a time. You cannot
yeah,
skip 10 steps and think that, okay, then I'll be able to do this. One step at a time. You learn something new.
yeah. So she tells this one point, like, be kind to yourself, which I was never being prior to the meeting her. So that actually, she kind of like, helped me to understand, like, I'm trying to be as much kind as I can. And believe me or not, like, even in my law firm also, when I say my mentor, Samanika, yeah, I know Samanika, she does a really good job. It's like, wow, everyone knows about my mentor. You feel as if like someone you know personally, and they know someone, like, oh, you feel so wow if that was there. So they used to say like her content is really good, the way things have been handled by her is also so good. So everyone, I mean, at least my firm people know that what does works. In fact, I suggest few of my friends who were clueless with rest after LLB, even I suggested them to go to Samanika only.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
All right, Ramya, thank you so much. Thank you for your this amazing feedback and interview and your time as well. You had come so late and then given us your precious time. And your happiness is our happiness, and we are really glad that YLCC could add some value in your life. It could give you something. We are really glad for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm definitely coming back again for another session because, after meeting YLCC and the team, the kind of energy I get is completely different. I feel that, that gives me a completely different push in the career, seriously. And your team is doing a really good stuff with respect to the content on the webpage. I actually go through it every day. One
Oh, thank you
article
so much.
definitely.
Thank you so much. That's really, a booster for us because, when people appreciate our work, we also feel like putting some more effort into it. And
Yeah.
yes, for the mentorship part, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much, Niharika. So thank you, Niharika. Thank you so much for your time and your feedback. We are awaiting some good news from you and all the best for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank